Well, welcome to Black Gumbo. Today I'm going to juice some of my garden. Let's go take a look. So here's today's harvest. That's all going to be juiced. Well, today I'm going to juice, and juicing is a way to utilize a whole lot of your vegetable garden and for good, because it takes the juice out of the vegetable and leaves the solids behind. Juicing is a method in which people will frequently do detoxes or cleanses. They'll do a digestive tract reset. I don't care about any of that. I mean, it's nice to have the after effects, but I'm after weight loss and it works for me. So in the past I've lost 30 pounds in about 28 days, and of course you do gain back a lot of that weight, but as you do these fasts over and over regularly, and you adjust your diet and everything, well, it trends down and you tend to lose weight. So that's what I'm doing right now. My garden has been providing me with tons of tomatoes, tons of this perpetual spinach. I've got my bell peppers coming from the garden, and and I've got my beets. I harvested 4 by 4 square feet of beets, and I had a ton of beets, and I'm really enjoying the cost savings that I'm getting from juicing my own vegetables. Now, what is juicing? Well, juicing is where you take the vegetable and the fruit and you run it through a juicer, which masticates the material, the vegetable, takes it down to essentially sawdust and extracts the juice from it. I use a centrifugal juicer. There's also masticating juicers that have a corkscrew, or they kind of chew the material. That's fine, but I like the easier cleanup of the centrifugal types. Juicing takes out the solids, so you don't have to digest them. Though I don't really primarily juice for the health benefits, it does help my hands. I don't have arthritis in my joints, and I just simply feel better. Now, let's talk about some realities of juicing. Juicing takes the solids out of your food. Your digestive tract gets a break. And when your digestive tract gets a break, you're still getting all the nutrients from the raw vegetables. Further, you're not eating a lot of bad food. You're not eating a lot of processed food. You're eating just raw, good, uncooked, organic stuff. Now, that's good stuff. So you're getting the benefit of all those nutrients. You're also getting the benefit of eating a lot of those nutrients all at once. So you get lots of antioxidants, lots of the nutrition that your body needs. And a lot of people say that juicing helped to reverse some pretty serious things like cancers and conditions that they had that weren't being touched by other methods. Concentrated juicing really helped some folks. You do the research on that as well. Again, I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to lose weight. It works for me. So yeah, I love to juice. One of my favorite recipes is called a red tangy spice, and it generally fills a large half-gallon or a 2-quart jar. It contains 2 large beets. You can use the beet greens if you want to, but 2 large beetroots, 2 bunches of spinach. Clean it really well. You'll get dirt in there if you don't wash your spinach off really well. Half a bunch of parsley, about 10 carrots. I cut the tips off, but I don't bother peeling them. 6 or 7 stalks of celery, about 1 thumb or 2-inch piece of ginger root. Ginger is really good. You can plus or minus that. You can use as much as you want. I also put a jalapeno in there. I don't bother to remove the seeds. 2 small limes, and what you want to do with citrus fruit is peel it, or at least trim I trim the limes. Limes are hard to peel, but I trim the skin off. You don't want that. You'll get a lot of bitterness in there. And then add some salt to taste, and then juice all that. And if you've got a centrifugal juicer like I do, what I like to do is rejuice the pulp. Especially if it's a wet pulp like tomatoes or celery or something like that. You're not getting all that juice out of it the first time around. And so I'll rejuice it. It gets kind of messy, but it's worth it. You get a couple ounces more of juice, and let's face it, we're paying good money for that. We want to get all the juice we can. And so I'll juice all this and mix it up really well, and that'll keep in the fridge for 3 or 4 days. And I like to add a little bit of habanero sauce if my jalapenos aren't hot enough. I also like to add Worcestershire, let's call it Lea and Perrins. I always mess up on that. Lea and Perrins, I like to add a little bit of that, and makes it a real hearty meal. Makes me feel full. That's actually my favorite recipe. I've also got some others. Let me tell you my spicy pico juice recipe. This is a very good recipe that I enjoy. However, if you live with a wife or you have somebody in your household that you love very much, you don't want to be around them too much once you drink this juice. It gives you pretty much bad dragon breath. It includes about 10 Roma tomatoes, maybe more. I like a lot of tomatoes, and I really just eyeball it. I put in maybe 10 to 12 tomatoes. If they're big, fat, juicy tomatoes from the garden, I'll do maybe 6 or 8 of them. I'll put in a medium onion. Now, I like to use purple onions, and this is where the bad breath comes from, this and the garlic. But put in about a medium onion. 4 to 5 carrots, maybe 6 carrots if you like it sweet. Put in 1 to 2 red bell peppers. I put them in there, seeds and all. I mean, everything's getting taken out solid-wise, so why not just, why cut them up and worry about it? Put it all in there. Put in cilantro to taste, maybe a fourth or a half of a bunch of cilantro. 1 to 2 jalapenos, more if you like it, if you like the heat. And then 1 to 2 cloves of garlic. And what you've basically done is you've made a pico de gallo juice. You've taken that wonderful Mexican condiment and made a juice out of it. If you want to extend it, you can put some celery in it. If you like your pico to have some lime juice in it, then put a lime in there. You can add some beets and spinach also if you want to go for a more type of a V8 type drink. Put a bunch of spinach in there and maybe some more carrots, and this is a very savory, a very delicious drink. But like I said, be prepared for people to wonder what you've been eating and to avoid you for a day or two when you've been drinking this stuff. But it's good. I really enjoy it. There are a lot of other recipes out there. Those are some good recipes, though. There's some good basic recipes. And you can add in anything you want to these juice drinks. You can put in all kinds of additions. You know, I was lacking some limes the other day, and I threw in some green apples. It was just fine. What you discover is that basically anything that you can shove through the juicer that's vegetable can be used. I've put squash in things from the garden. I put cabbage in things. Now I don't care for cabbage juice. I just don't like it too much. So I tend to avoid that, but I'm going to try cauliflower today and put some cauliflower juice through into some recipes. So try it all, enjoy and have fun. Well, thank you for joining me on Black Gumbo. I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea, but it's what I do with my garden, it's what I do with my produce, and it's how I try to stay healthy a little bit. So I'm glad you joined me. If you've waited it out this long, leave a comment. Like our videos, share our videos, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.